Hey, welcome to Poor Possum. Alright, today we're not working on no car again. What we're going to do today, I'm going to show you how I make homemade Southern biscuits. Reason I say I'm not showing you how to make them, because I make them my way, and there's 1,000 different ways to make these biscuits. But all you need to make biscuits is, you can use sweet or buttermilk. I'm using sweet milk today. Crisco and flour. There's all different kinds of flour. You choose the kind you want. There's two different kinds of flour though, self-rising and all-purpose. You want self-rising flour to make biscuits. Little sifter, biscuit cutter, come in all different shapes and sizes, whatever you decide. My family likes this little small biscuit, so I'm using a small one today. We got them all the way up to, I think, 4 or 5 inches. I don't know if Miss Jennifer keeps on getting them. Something to cook them in or on. I'm using this little flat cast iron pan Miss Jennifer got me on Amazon a while back. And you're gonna need an oven. Cook these biscuits on 500 degrees. You know, that's a lot, 500 degrees, but it takes about 15, 20 minutes and you'll have some of the best biscuits you ever had in your life. All right, let me get this stuff together and I'll be right back with you. All right, to get started, first thing I do, turn my oven on, 500 degrees. Let it be preheating. Better make sure Miss Jennifer ain't got nothing in there, if she don't. Next thing to do is take a little bit of flour and spread it out on the counter. I've already cleaned this counter and washed my hands for all the food police out there that's gonna come in here and jump on me for not washing my hands. They already been washed. I don't think I've picked my nose or anything silly like that since then, so. If I did, just protein, I guess. Put a little flour on your work area. That way your dough won't stick. All right. Next thing to do is make a little hole in your flour. I make my dough right in my flour pot, my flour container. Make your little hole in there. And get you some Crisco. I've already done this little pan. Grease up your pan. I use about a cup of milk. It's about, looks like that's, well, it says 8 ounces, so about a cup of milk. I just pour it straight into my flour container. Now don't worry about running your dough. Just, you don't want to get it everywhere. Just pour it down in your little crater you made there. It's not going to mess up the rest of the dough, I promise you. As far as get you a good handful of Crisco, a little over like a big golf ball, size Crisco. Just drop it down in your milk. And then start breaking it up. I try to break it. I just start working that milk, breaking that Crisco up. You want it like little small pea-size pieces in there. Notice I'm not taking my fingers and grabbing flour and pulling it in there. I'm just letting whatever volunteers to get in there with it right now. I just get that, I like to break that flour up, that Crisco up a little bit. Then start swirling that milk around. And that milk will pull its own flour in there. And you're just looking more than a measurement, I'm looking for consistency. And as that thing starts pulling in more and more flour, that Crisco, it'll start sticking in that milk and flour. You don't want to overwork your dough. You want to kind of just stay moving with it and keep turning it and letting it introduce more, a little bit more flour until you get the consistency you're looking for. And I'll show you what that is in just a minute. It don't take long. This happens pretty quick. Now go try this. Now, all you women out there, I'm gonna tell you right now, they way to a man's heart's through his belly, and every man out there loves a good homemade biscuit. Miss Jennifer lied to me, told me she was a baker. I found out that I had to learn how to make my own darn biscuits. I said, just keep turning it, and more flour will pull in there, and it'll start thickening it up. Now, I'm just barely am. There it goes. Okay, now you see the dough start coming to me. Just pull it back on, just pull it back on itself. One thing I forgot to tell you, you need to make biscuits is you're gonna need a broom, a dustpan, and a clean shirt, because Possum making biscuits, he gets it all over him. And listen, we're not making dumplings or something where you want your biscuit dough real firm and hard. You want biscuit dough to be soft and kind of loose. I like my dough be a little bit loose. I don't want it to be real firm, and we're not making, that's if you're making dumplings or something like that, you want to tighten it up with, or use all-purpose flour too, you can, for dumplings. But for biscuit dough, I like mine about like that right there. I get it to the point where I can just pick it up. And that's what I'm looking for right there. Clean your fingers off just like that right there. This ain't fried chicken, so don't be licking them. Once you got it to that point right there, you can kind of pick it up, drop it in the middle of your work area. I done messed my fingers up again. Still a little bit on the sticky side, but like I said, I like my dough loose. Clean your hands up. I just like to get me a little bit of flour and rub them together over the trash can, and that'll get rid of it. Once I got my dough right there, I like to take it, sprinkle a little bit of flour on top of it, like that. I'm gonna fold it over itself. Once that way, once that way, like that, just a couple times. And that'll put layers in your biscuit. Don't let nobody tell you it won't. And I just kind of mash it down a little bit. I might have it just a little bit too dry, too loose. I'm sticking to it. There you go. Mash it down about a ½ inch. Right there. You can use a roller if you want to. I just like to mash mine. I just mash mine down. I don't get your frying pan or your whatever you're cooking it in. Dip your biscuit cutter into flour, cut you out a biscuit. Now people tell you don't twist your biscuit. I twist mine. I don't put it down in there and twist it. When you put these biscuits in your pan, on your pan, you want them to be touching. You want the edge to touch. That give them something to rise up against. Don't worry about it. If some of them gets a little bit misshapen or something, don't worry about it. That's just character, man. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be perfect. Got in there stuck to the cabinet a little bit, so it'll have a pretty shape to it. Alright, my oven's ready. About the same time I am. This extra dough right here. Press it back out. Got you some more biscuits. Get a pan full, especially when they're little like this. If you don't cook a pan full, you ain't gonna have enough. There you go, right there. All right, well, let's put a couple more in there. I don't want to work that dough much more than that. All right, there you go. Put them in the oven, 500. It's gonna take, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, but what I like to do is watch them. I just look at them, but it's around 20 minutes. Then you clean up your mess, and so Miss Jennifer don't get mad at you. All right, I'll be back with you when they're done. Coming right along. It won't be long now. Won't be long now. All right, let's check on these biscuits. Yes, sir. They're perfect. They are perfect. Look at there. Look at there, them biscuits. Homemade Southern country biscuits. Look at there. Don't get no butter than that. Butter, maybe a little bit of jelly, whatever you want, or push gravy, giblet gravy around on your plate. Homemade Southern biscuits don't take no time to make them, don't cost hardly nothing. Learn to make them. Okay, for those y'all look in there. Well, I'll tell you about making it in the pot. Can't even tell nothing's been in there. All that milk, it takes the dough out of it. Now all that's left is cleaning up. We might let Miss Jennifer handle that part. I ain't no good at it. I want to tell every one of you, happy Thanksgiving. I hope everything goes great for you today and your family. I wish you all well. The only thing left to do is to test drive one of these biscuits. I done broke it off, put me some good old solid butter on it. Man, I tell you what. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving.